Out of the mouth of Dawid, keep not your silence, O Elohim. Hold not your peace, and be not still, O El. For lo, your enemies make a tumult, and they that hate you have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against your people, and consulted against your hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasharel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against you. I have read Psalms 83, 1 through 5. This is part 4 of Hidden Ones. If you have not watched parts 1 through 3, go back and watch 1 through 3 and then start this part. Okay, so for this particular part, we're going to be talking about
Strong's H 5867. Elam. Elam. Second entry. Elemaye. Elemaye.
So we're going to be talking about Elam, who was one of the sons of Shem. Okay, so before I can talk about the Israelites, and remember Jacob's name was changed to Israel, right? And that's how you have the Israelites coming from his 12 sons, right? Before we can just jump right into the true depiction of them, we have to begin with Noah's 3 sons. So Noah had 3 sons. He had Japheth, Shem, and Ham. So the Israelites come from the bloodline of Shem. So, you know, no matter what nation or tribe we belong to, all of us come from Noah's 3 sons. Okay. And so we know that before Noah, right, you know, you had Adam and Eve in the beginning and up until Noah, and, you know, the flood came. Okay. So the flood came and wiped everybody away except for who? Noah and his 3 sons. They were chosen because Noah and his family were the ones that listened to Yah, but they were chosen to repopulate the earth. So again, no matter what nation and tribe you come from one of Noah's 3 sons, which are, you know, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Also, it's important to know that Yah made the covenant with Abraham. Okay, so we're going to get into how we go from Shem all the way to Abraham. So again, it's important to know that the covenant was made with Abraham and then passed down from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Here we are, Genesis chapter 10. We're going to read the 21st verse. It's important to note that if you want to know the sons that Japheth, Shem, and Ham had, it's important to read the entire chapter of Genesis chapter 10. We're not going to do that. You got to do that on your own because, you know, it's going to take too much time. So again, if you want to know the descendants of Noah and the kids they had and the generations that came after them, read the entire chapter of Genesis chapter 10. Unto Shem also the father of all children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem were Elam. There we go. And so Ashur, and then I can't pronounce those 2 names, and then Aram. So it seems like here that Shem had 5 sons. All right, so we're going to go to a source I love to use called blueletterbible.org. And I will put the links in the description box for you guys so you can click on it for yourselves. So we're going to go a little bit deeper into the Elamites, okay? And so if you scroll down here and go to where it says Hebrew Chaldean Lexicon, and you click on that, it says here, Elam, of a province of Persia, in which stood the capital city, Susa. So Susa was the capital city, which was where? In Persia. Perhaps in ancient writers, it included the whole of Persia. So the Elamites, or the land Elam, was the whole of Persia. So we can call Elam the land of the Persians, which the capital city in Elam was Susa. All right. And so the sons, Noah's sons, after they conquered the land was named after them. It's important to know that. All right. And it says where the origin of the Elamites is traced from Shem. Okay. So here I'm going to put an image on the screen here. This is from Britannica. All right. And so we want to find, so the objective here is to find modern day Persia. Where would Persia be today? All right. Before we can find where modern day Persia is, we have to find the capital city, which is Susa. So Susa still exists today. Okay. And so in order to locate modern day Persia, we have to locate Susa. So what you see on the screen here, you see where Susa is. So Susa is in Iran. So we can conclude that modern day Elam, or AKA Persia, is Iran. And so just take a couple of seconds to look at this particular map. Okay, so in this next section, I'm going to show you photos of artifacts. Now, I love to use artifacts because artifacts tell you the truth as long as they're not tampered with. Let me say that again. The reason why I like to use artifacts is because artifacts tell you the truth as long as they're not tampered with. All right, so we're going to use these artifacts to tell you, or to show you, the true depiction of what these Elamites look like. And it's also important to know when man says something, it has to be fact checked. Man can write anything, say anything, but is it the truth? The only way you know it's the truth is you got to do your own research. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this. Do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. Okay, so here, these are the photos of the artifacts that I was telling you about. Warrior ancient Persia. All right, so just look at the screen. Now we can say, just after seeing some of these images here, if Elam or the Elamites look like this, so did Shem. Let me say that again. So if the Elamites look like this, so did Shem. Okay, at this last photo here, let's go to worldhistory.org. And at the top here, it says Persian immortals. Remember back in the beginning of this video, I mentioned that Elam also meant eternity. So here you got the Persian immortals. Scroll down. It says here the 10,000 immortals were the elite force of the Persian army of the Achaemenid Empire. They formed the king's personal bodyguard and were also considered the shock troops of the infantry in Persian warfare. They are among the most famous fighting forces of the ancient world. If you are listening to this and you don't know Yahusha as your Savior, click the link in the description box. I tell you how to get saved. Have a good day.